Hello, I'm Simon Turner, and this is the first in an occasional series we're calling Geek of the Week, in which musicians from the orchestra talk about bits of their jobs which we all find completely normal, but to members of the audience might seem a little bit odd or bizarre. So if you've ever wondered why all oboists carry super sharp knives, or whether you can play the harp in 9 stilettos, get in touch with us at the Halle, #Geek of the Week, and we'll try and find just the right musician to answer your questions. So my geek subject for today is going to be rosin. What is it? Well, it comes from the byproduct of turpentine making. When they boil the sap from pine trees to get the terps to be distilled off, what's left dries into this very hard but brittle and very, very powdery substance called rosin. This is used for all sorts of things. Dancers use it to give themselves a good grip for their shoes. Drag racers use it at the start line to make sure their wheels don't spin. And bull riders apparently put it on their gloves and ropes so that they don't fall off quite so quickly. Since the days it was made in the forest by loggers, I think things have got a little bit more sophisticated. And there are millions of different brands of rosin. We all have our favourites. Some of us love one, some of us hate another one. And there's various fancy additions to it. You can even get rosin with gold flecks in it, which supposedly gives a special glitter to your sound. I'm not so convinced about that one. Why do we use it? Well, when we rosin up at the beginning of a concert, which some people do religiously before they ever play, and other people do about once a month, what happens is that the rosin, the very powdery, tiny particles, get lodged on the hair, between the body of the hair and all these tiny, tiny little scales which the hair is covered with. And so the rosin pushes the scales sideways, so they become a little bit like the teeth of a saw. And that's why when bow rehairers put new hair on our bows, they have to make sure that half of the hair goes in one direction and half goes in the other, so that we can do up bows and down bows. It's amazing what happens between the bow and the string. If you think about it, if we just gripped the string and pulled sideways and carried on pulling, we wouldn't make any sound until we released. And then it would sound a little bit like a guitar or a harpsichord, or when we do pizzicato. What actually happens is that the bow sits on the string, pulls it sideways, and at a certain point the tension becomes too much, so the string snaps back in the other direction. And as it returns, then the bow picks it up again. And of course this happens millions of times, depending on the frequency of the string, how high or low the note is. And that's what allows us, this constant being caught, released, allows us to make beautiful long legato sound in a way that really a guitarist can't quite. Enough science, I think. I'll leave you with a recipe. I'm guessing from the old days when they were making the terps and the rosin in the forests. Take your cauldron of boiling rosin and drop big potatoes in it. When they float to the top, they're ready. But whatever you do, please don't eat the rosin. Thanks very much for listening. Hope you've enjoyed it. And if there are subjects that you want us to try and answer your questions about, do get in touch. Goodbye.